Hey, everybody. Welcome, one and all, to another edition. And let's see what we'll call this one. We'll file this at the general chat. And as you will notice and be made aware of a little bit later, because it's off the cuff. It's off the top of my head. And today, we're going to talk about stereotypes and how they can be detrimental to one's ethnicity. And again, we don't say race here because it's not about race. There's only one race, that's the human race. Unless you are another species, i.e., a Martian, a Plutonian, a Venusian, whatever, blah, 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 etc. and so forth. Unless you are a citizen of another planet, you're human. Or more to the point, even if you're from the Earth, if you are anything other than a human, you are of a different race. It is what it is. And that was late. Okay. Rewind and replay. We've always been told, or at least I've been told, to don't act your stereotype. And for the purposes of this conversation, acting your stereotype means acting in a way that fits you into a certain category. And usually, it's not a good thing. It's always highlighting a negative aspect of that person. And as other content creators in this space have pointed out, and we people who are darker than blue, we have two subspecies, or subgroups, I should say, in our ethnicity. You have blacks, and you have niggas. And shout out to Chris Rock. We hate niggas. Because we can never have anything. Never. You best your butt to do something positive. And here comes one or two ignorant suckers to bring it all down around you. Give you a classic example. You have a club. You open up a club. And you open it up in the inner city. And you have moved heaven and earth to ensure that your patrons have a pleasant experience. Your people are kind, they're considerate. They greet you with a smile, and they go out of their way to ensure that you're going to have a pleasant experience at their establishment. And this goes on for a while. It goes to the point where you start to get regulars because they enjoy their experience, they enjoy the atmosphere, they enjoy the people. They enjoy the club. And before you know it, word gets around, starts to spread, others start coming. And with these other people, Here goes a couple of young men who start acting untowards people. If that's the word. I don't even know if that's the word. But they start to act in a way that doesn't look right. It's not a good look. They start pushing people, shoving people, bouncing people. And one evening, I should say, they bump into a guy and the guy turns around and says, "Oh, excuse me, sorry about that." And one of the guys looks at him and says, "Yeah, you better." And the guy that was bumped into turns back, looks at the guy that they bumped into, and said, "Please, don't make me act my stereotype." What you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Don't tempt me, partner. Go about your business, I go about mine, and we'll all be good. He goes to push the guy that he originally pushed. Guy takes a step. He lunges, he misses, he hits the floor. He jumps up, goes to swing a thing on the guy, a fight erupts. Now, the security comes, they break up the fight. They send both guys home because they're not going to have a good time there anymore. They've been the cause of a scene, and they've been asked to leave. About a week or so later, the club closes down. Now that is an extreme example because it just happens to be normally a worse thing than that for a club to close down. But in a nutshell, that's what it is. You try to do nice by people, and then you have one or two people who are up to no good that ruin it for everybody else. And in this case, the guys were acting in an antisocial manner. Were you bought up or drug up? I don't understand. Which one is it? Because the sure set can't be both. I don't know. I really don't know. You get people who, for the most part, are ignorant. And you can't say they don't know any better because there have been instances in their lives where they've seen better. They chose not to be. And remember, life is nothing more than a series of choices. In geek speak, it's a bunch of if-then decision gates. Situation presents itself. Do you react? If yes, go this way. If no, go this way. And each one builds upon the other one. And before you know it, you've got the sum total of their lives. And we all, excuse me, we all at one point or other have acted as stereotypes. Some of us just hide it better than others. And that's okay. That's all right. It is what it is. And the ones who do better in life are the ones who can regulate those decisions and have more positive outcomes than negative outcomes because they have more positive decisions than negative decisions. They choose wisely as opposed to choosing poorly. You get people in this space who, through no fault of their own, paint a picture of how things are. Rightly or wrongly, that's what they do. And I'm not here to tell them whether they're right or they're wrong. Because life will put either the lie or the truth to it. I don't need to pour gasoline on the fire. Because it's going to burn. I just rather burn when I'm across the street looking at it. Or better yet, I'm across the street doing my own thing. Or in the next block, the next city, the next town, the next country. I'm nowhere near it. So you can do what it wants. And I understand that a lot of times that's not an ideal attitude to have. But it's a safe one. Because how many times have you seen something go on and you think to yourself, that's not right. Should I get involved to stop it? And right after that, you think, nope. I'm not getting involved because I don't want to see the consequences. Now, is that fair?
Nope.
Is that right?
Nope.
Is that kind?
Nope.
Is that just?
Nope.
It failed every metric of the common sense test. But does it happen?
Yeah.
It just does. It shouldn't be that way. You should want to get involved, but you think of the negative aspects of it. You think of someone acting their stereotype, and you choose discretion as the better part of valor. And it's not right. It's not how we were raised to be. When we grew up as children, my father, who, and I have to say, just dawned on me, because I hadn't really thought about it till now, but my father was the quintessential male. You leave me alone, I leave you alone, and we both do our thing. That was his outlook on the world. His family life was as follows. I'm going to bust my butt doing what I need to do. You guys have to listen. If you don't, there will be punishments. There will be repercussions. That was my father. My mother was was the woman we grew up with. And she said, I love you. You step out of line, I'm going to beat you. I do love you. I will always love you. But if you step out of line, you're going to get spanked. And we got our share of whoopings growing up. Did that make me a serial killer? No. Did that make me a pedophile? No. Did that make me a rapist? No. Did it make me any of those things? So, and it's also the product of our times. We were the last generation of children that grew up whose parents had some sort of control over us. You want to hear the most powerful and scary words that I've ever heard in my life? Wait till your father gets home. Frightening. Completely and totally frightening. And with that, we're going to close it on this short episode. Hit the like button. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.